Hey y'all, got this LC9 trigger kit from Galloway Precision. Here is the trigger bar, transfer bar, whatever you call it, hammer. Here's the hammer pin, and then this right here is a steel guide rod. Now this stuff here together retails, the kit, it comes as a kit, retails for about 60 bucks. I'm going to go ahead and stick these little parts here, this little primer tray, that way they all stay together. And a few of the things we're going to use to do this, a roll of tape, and this is just to set the pistol on and hammer out pins. So that there will do it. So here's the LC9 that we're going to be operating on, and empty magazine. Pistol is empty. So I'm going to demonstrate a little bit closer up shot here. Alright, here's the play, squeeze, break. One, two. Hammer is now reset. Squeeze. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to take this roll of tape here. We're going to take these pins out left or right. And these are both the same size, so it doesn't matter if they get mixed up. And there is a cap right here. Take that out. And now you want to grab this spring. Get in here and relieve that tension. And here's the pin that comes from that. So now we're going to take the trigger out carefully, and the clicking you hear is the trigger down here, trigger bar. I'm sorry, the hammer. So once you have the trigger assembly free from the lower, you're going to take this piece here is going to come out. This is where that kept the takedown pin, kept it in place. Set that over here. Flip it around, and here is your trigger transfer bar. We're going to take that out. There's a spring right here. Alright. Now this oval pin right here is what keeps your hammer in. So, and through here, it goes all the way through and keeps pretty much all of your the slide release. It keeps everything in there. So you want to be really careful with that when you take this out. Okay. And what we what we do, where's my thing here? Actually, you know what? Sorry, almost forgot a piece. The safety right here comes out. Here's the piece right here. And so now we got that out. Alright, now what we want to do, you want to be careful, because if you pull this out too far, you're going to have, you're going to lose the pieces. Pieces are going to come out. Okay, got it worked out here. So, alright, what you want to do is you want to ease back very slowly and push. What you want to do is push the hammer down. That way you know as soon as the hammer clears, it's out. Because what happens if you pull it too far, you're not going to have anything holding in these other parts and they're going to pop out. So back it out really slowly. Allegedly it's a big mess if those other parts come out. Kind of a pain in the butt. That's the word anyway. So we're going really slow. Pressing down on the hammer. And there we go. Hammer is out. So new hammer, old hammer. There's the little pin in there, and alright, so I did get it apart. What I did is I actually laid my wrench here and hammered it out like this, and it came out. So here's the old pin, and we'll set, and here's the old hammer, old pin, and we're gonna set that over here with the old trigger transfer bar. So here's the new hammer and the spring. This is the face of the hammer, and there's the narrow slot. The spring is going to go, and this open end right here is going to go away from the face, so it's going to point rearward, and it's going to go in this narrow slot, just like this. Okay, so we're going to hammer in this pin. Some of you might notice, it's my first time ever taking a gun apart in this detail, so if I'm not doing things exactly the way they need to be done, that's probably why. I might be doing things backwards. I'm sure those of you that are experienced are probably watching me fumble right now. Actually, I'm going to start on this side. This is like the comedy of errors right here, man. Alright, woo, it started. Alright, so once again there's the face, and we're going to point. This is the closed end of the spring as compared to the open. We're going to take the closed end, and the little tiny opening will point rearward. Okay? Got it. Alright. So now we're going to put the hammer back in the assembly here. So we're going to pull this out and pull it out so that it's flush on the inside. You don't want to pull it out all the way. Pull it just so it's flush. Stick the hammer in. Make sure you have it oriented in the correct direction. Alright, there we go. Whew. So now, take this. Actually, we need just a little bit more height here. So we're going to take this and this pin and push it back out slowly. Or not slowly. See, that thing popped out too fast. Alright, so what had happened is this thing here shot out before this pin could be placed properly. So what I ended up having to do, there's a little spring, almost looks like a ball bearing or something, but it's spring loaded and it drops down from the top. So what I had to do was take this dental pick here, and I set this pin on a hard surface, and I actually took this dental pick and pulled the spring up while pushing down so that this pin could then go all the way through. So now it's all the way through and we're good to go. Alright, so the next part, and we got most of the difficult part done, at least they say. So the next part, we're going to put this in, and move this, hold this spring. And we're going to put it, as you see, the new one here has got a second hole. We're going to put it in that second hole. Actually, I'm going to let that spring go there for a second. And then put the spring in there. Alright, now we're going to turn it around, and we're going to put the safety in. And from what he said is, you put it up kind of like in a safe position, and then push it down in a fire. And you got to push it in, you want it to be flush right here. Okay, so now we're good to go. Just filled out one card. So, anyway, like I was saying, so we're going to need to push this, take a screwdriver, fit it in here, and push this forward. Alright? First what we're going to do, I'm going to set this in here. we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this started. So we're going to ease this back up. Now we're going to push the lever forward. Alright, so it is forward. So now we can push these pins back in. I'm going to set this pin up here and grab the spring with our needle nose. Let's see if this will work a little bit better. There we go. There's a little groove in there. Make sure the spring is in that groove. And I tell you, this dental pick, picked this up at a gun show. It's a very useful thing when you're working on firearms. So we're going to take this cap and push that back in. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and swap out the recoil spring for the metal one. There we go. Alright, so now there is no play. It starts right there and oh yeah, much shorter. Oh yeah. Trigger's much better on here. The reset is a lot quicker on it. I like it. Awesome. So now we went from that extremely long trigger pull to a really short trigger pull now. Like I said, there's no play to take up. It's like right there. And when you pull it, right there. You used to have to pull it all the way to the back. So, awesome trigger pull now. I really like that. Awesome. Safety works. Everything's good to go.